Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is not a No Man's Sky video. I fucking shook you up there, didn't I? In today's video, what I'm actually really pleased to look into is Hello Games' newly announced short or mini passion project, an indie game called The Last Campfire. This was revealed to us extremely recently in light of the Game Awards with an official trailer on their YouTube channel. For today's video, I simply want to break down what little information we know about this game and try to get an idea of what this experience is all about. So with all of that said and done, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the basics. The Last Campfire is hailed as an experimental game as such, a title that's more about freedom and trying something new other than a big hyped up game like No Man's Sky. It's actually the opposite to No Man's Sky in a way, but The Last Campfire does share some similarities to both No Man's Sky and Joe Danger, which we will get into fairly soon. The game is being developed under the name of Hello Games, but really there are only two developers, Steve Burgess and Chris Simmons. I think that's right, Chris Simmons, I don't know, but they are the creators of a title called Lost Winds. In an interview with Sean Murray just before the Game Awards kicked off, he stated that fundamentally we believe that small, talented teams can achieve great things, and then went on to talk about their journey from a mobile game to one of the biggest hyped up games ever made. But this little bit of wording is important from Sean Murray, because at the end of the day, No Man's Sky did not change who Hello Games were as a studio. Even though they're responsible for arguably the biggest game ever released, they are still a small indie studio who values their work over their money and business statistics like AAA companies. And this is why The Last Campfire exists. It's almost a message from Hello Games that says, look, we're still an indie studio. We can still make little experiences whilst also keeping No Man's Sky updated. I do think that they want to keep their roots as an indie studio, and maybe No Man's Sky is giving them a little less creative freedom compared to what they may want to do. Who really knows for sure? But the game itself, we don't know all too much about other than the absolutely beautiful trailer that was put together and of course their Steam page, but that is about it. The trailer will be linked in the description as I'm almost certain the music is copyrighted, so we're just gonna have to move on to the Steam page for most of the information. So the game's info is limited as stated, but we do get some very brief pointers as to what we may experience in The Last Campfire. The Last Campfire is an adventure, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Travel deeper into the lands beyond the dark forest and overcome the adversities before you. Discover beautiful wilderness filled with lost folk, strange creatures and mysterious ruins. Find hope and carry it with you on your journey to light the last campfire. A unique tale from Hello Games and the creative minds behind Lost Winds. So this is literally all of the information that we have for the game on their Steam page. The only other thing which we know is that the game will release in 2019. There is no official month or official day, but of course that is expected from a game that was literally announced a few days ago. But in terms of actual gameplay or what the game consists of, a lot of the information is extremely loose and fairly metaphorical at the same time. I mean, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Try and tell me that isn't a metaphor for Hello Games at the release of No Man's Sky. However, what we can gather is that this game is likely going to revolve around trying to get home or trying to find a familiar place. What that place is, however, is of course not known. My guess is that the story revolves around lighting a final campfire. What that campfire means or signifies is anyone's guess, but my thought is that it's perhaps happiness or maybe some sort of eternal hope, something internal inside of you. Maybe the whole game is just one huge extended metaphor for someone in their life trying to bring hope along them on a journey to better themselves. You know, straight up, this game is so goddamn ambiguous. I absolutely love it. But this motif of trying to get home and being living in an alien place and having a really cute protagonist is a fairly common theme at the moment with modern indie platformers. If you think of a game like Unravel, where the whole point of it is to try and get home, it's very similar. Unravel is an extremely emotional game, and I can imagine that the Last Campfire is going to be similar in terms of playing with your emotions and likely killing a protagonist and all of that stuff, but they better not fucking kill him or her because they're really fucking cute. But in terms of what we can expect, I think it's safe to say that The Last Campfire is an extremely emotional short with heavy links to No Man's Sky, as evident in the vortex cubes and shit which LPlays just generally pointed out. But also, Hello Games themselves. I strongly believe that the game is essentially a story of how Hello Games were in a bad place at the launch of No Man's Sky. Like the protagonist, they were lost for what to do in a completely hostile environment. The need to light the final campfire must be symbolism for rekindling people's love with No Man's Sky, or maybe even the developers' passions for creating games once again. Maybe it's just a story of them trying to find that spark that will allow them to push through all the hate and backlash to eventually come out of it and being able to light this so-called campfire. Remember that shorts are usually heavy emotional games, and usually projects with some sort of message or underlying theme that relates to the developers on a personal level, or something in the real world that they're passionate about. I guess you could say similar to a social commentary. Either way, I want to really make a whole other video looking into the potential deeper meanings of The Last Campfire, because my advanced level English is all flooding back to me now when I'm thinking of connotations and links to Hello Games. There is a lot which I can talk about on a sort of literature side of things and an artistic side of things, so maybe stay tuned for that if I do decide to make that. But guys, I think that is just about all I can cover for this video. I may indeed make some more videos on this game to actually allow me to pump out some more content so that I can do No Man's Sky and The Last Campfire. That would be an absolute pleasure, and if you guys want to see that, then please do let me know in the comment section of the video. But guys, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.